You've now seen an example of a cut only and a fill only grading solution. How can we make those work together? Let's take a look at an example of a combination cut and fill solution, and it looks very much like our last examples. So here's our slope. It's higher up on the left and comes down and towards the right. All right, and we've decided that we want to place a flat pad right about here. All right. So the first thing that we're going to do is set the finished grade of that pad. Now notice that finished grade, I mean, technically you could set it anywhere. But the most economical solution for a cut and fill project is right about in the middle of the contours that it's crossing. All right, so we have decided to take a look at the middle contour, which is 6, and set our finished grade half a foot above that at 0.5. So let's go ahead and get started with our grading solution by looking at contour 6. Here it is right here. The existing contour 6 goes right about through the middle of here. And notice that it should, the modified contour is below our finished grade of 6.5, and therefore we need to place that modified contour downhill of our flat pad. All right, so our modified contour is going to look like this. It's going to wrap around the lower side of our flat pad and then join back to the same contour. All right, how far away is that contour from our flat pad? This is the same calculation you've seen a couple of times. You can find the vertical distance is 0.5, the slope is 1 3, and therefore the horizontal distance is 1.5 feet. Contour 6 should not get any closer than 1.5 feet to that flat pad. Okay, moving on to contour number 7. Notice that contour 7 is half a foot higher than we're setting our level pad. And so therefore we need to modify it in the uphill direction. All right, it's going to wrap around the higher side of our hillside. All right, so where do we place it on the plan? You can do the exact same calculation we've done before. The vertical distance is half a foot, all right, and therefore our horizontal distance will be 1.5 feet. All right, so we're going to make sure that it is no closer than 1.5 feet away from that flat pad area. All right, so we did contour 6 on the downhill side. We did contour 7 on the uphill side. Let's finish off the downhill side of this example. All right, and take a look at contour 5, and then 4, and then 3. All right, in each case, we're going to have to add some fill, all right, to create that 1 3 slope until we meet grade down here somewhere between contour 2 and 3. Right. So each of these contours needs to be modified, and how far away do we need to place them? Let's take a look at contour 5. It is 1 foot away from contour 6 in the vertical direction. All right, our slope is 1 3. Therefore, our horizontal distance is 3 feet. You need to draw contour 5 so that it is no closer than 3 feet at any point to contour 6. Right. The same is going to be true for contour 4, the same calculation, 3 feet away. All right, and notice that we are also going to have to modify contour 3, right? And then you're done in the downhill direction. All right, I didn't write it out, but we're going to do the same thing in the uphill direction. All right, we did contour 7, right? So you're going to need to modify contour 8 and 9. All right, remember that in this case, we are cutting away at the upper hillside. And it's the same calculation because our vertical distance between these contours is still 1 foot. So at each point, we need to keep the new contours 3 feet away from each other. All right, and then at the last contour 9 here, we can check, is it at least 3 feet away from contour 10? It looks like it is. So we can stop. We have met grade, and we're done with the cut part of our combination cut and fill grading plan.